is Vandana Verma and I work in IT. I'm part of cybersecurity. So that's the thing that I live, breathe, and talk about.
So what is your story? How did you land into this field?
It was all a serendipity because when I joined the workforce, that time cybersecurity was not the field which people say now that cybersecurity is something that I want to get into. Everyone was used to say that I want to be a Java developer or I want to be a functional tester. Like there were very few things that people used to say. Or I would say people said that we want to be an engineer. That's what the norm was. But when I joined the workforce, that time we were given a project. And when you are a fresher, you don't have a choice. After your training, you've been given the project. And I was interviewed for this project. That was a networking project and more of a soft kind of environment. And I got through in the first round itself. So I joined the project. And over the period of time, I started liking what I was doing. And I would say 4.5 years went just like that, I would say. Like I did not realize. And then my mentor started telling me, now it's the time that you should start looking for a change. And that's when I started exploring for new opportunities. And I realized that this field is very vast because my knowledge was this that time. And then I started exploring. When I joined another company, I was asked to take care of application security project. I was hired as a SIM admin. And then they said, no, we need an application security person. So can you just take care of that? I said, I have no clue what it is. So my boss said, it's Friday. I'm giving you time till Monday morning. Tell me at 9 o'clock that you're joining application security. So I had no choice. So Saturday, Sunday was very critical. But then I think that was good move that I took. So I was introduced to OWASP testing guide, OWASP top 10, learned application security, started doing projects, did a lot of consulting around them, learned about mobile security, did a lot of projects around mobile security as well. So that's how I realized that when it comes to cybersecurity, I can learn anything. People say I'm a specialist. I used to say that I'm a specialist, but lately people have started telling me that I'm good at generalist as well. Like I learn what's there out there in the market, and I can make other people also learn at the same time. So it's been 15 years. I'm just hoping different things in cybersecurity, learning different things. And here I am. It's all, I would say, it's serendipity, which is making me stay. And now it's a passion as well, I would say.
You talked about mentoring other people as well. You are a strong leader, and that is reflected in everything you touch. How did that happen? And what are the mottos and policies you abide by?
So this is one thing that I did not do it intentionally. I'll be very candid about that because this happened wherein I joined. So I met one of the OWASP Bangalore leaders at one of the trainings. Again, that happened by chance. We played a CTF. So after every SANS training, there is a CTF. We were in the same team. We became good friends. And then I got to know that OWASP and NUL is like a community which is there in India, Bangalore as well. So I joined there. And after a few years, I was on and off. But after a few years, the leader was stepping down from OWASP Bangalore. He asked me, do you want to be the chapter leader for OWASP Bangalore? I was like, it was a lot of thinking, but then I said yes. And the journey just grew from there. And a lot of opportunities kept coming on with the help of all the mentors that I have and all the well-wishers, I should say. And I want to thank them for all the support that they have given me. So they were mentoring me, they were guiding me. Sometimes they never accepted that they were my mentors, but I do consider them for guiding me through this journey. And because of their support, I could guide others. And obviously the family support that I had.
Sure. So you talked about OWASP Bangalore chapter NUL, and that is how I know you, by the way. I met you when you were in OWASP conference representing OWASP women in AppSec at that time. So you are known in the industry for OWASP activities now you are in OWASP leadership, Women in AppSec, InfoSec Girls. You are also part of bringing talents or bringing ideas to the public by conducting a spotlight series, YouTube channels, all of those. So could you please talk about all those stuff you are working on?
Sure. So when it comes to OWASP, I'm a local leader in India, in Bangalore. While I was doing that, I got an opportunity to lead Women in AppSec. So I was an Asia lead there. I think it was just a stepping stone wherein I proposed that I want to do a free training at a OWASP conference where they never had a free training. So it was kind of pushing them, and they said yes. So I did my first training. I remember meeting you there itself in AppSec San Francisco, Global AppSec San Francisco or San Jose. There we met. So that was my first training, and I did not stop after that. I had training at every Global AppSec conference. Then I went to Israel, I went to UK, and many other places. So those things kept on happening. And then when board election was there in 2019, everyone was pushing that you should at least try, give it a try. And trust me, that was one time when I was so nervous. And I was discussing this with almost all of my friends, all of my mentors, because this was a big decision. A part of me was saying that I want to try. And a part of me was saying that it's a very, very big decision. Because when it comes to the global board, it's very challenging, it's very tricky, because I was discussing with the past leaders as well. So it was talk of the town when we were there at BlackHAT 2019, because I was discussing that, and it was a good discussion. So there was one thing. So I met Akash there, who was saying, what will happen? Either you will not get the votes, so you'll not become a board member, or you'll get the votes, become a board member, and if you don't like it, you'll step down. These are the only possibilities that can be there. So why don't you give it a try? And I gave it a try. Here I am, being on the board for over a year and a half, and I got the highest vote at that time. So that was one very warm welcome for me in the board. But then when you say then that you are from India, you are representing India, then more nervousness gets attached. So that was like, what will happen? I'm fine. I will think that even if it doesn't happen, it's totally cool. I will try my best. Whatever it happens, it's going to happen for the good. Because see, when I am part of any community, that's no one can take away from me, right? Because I am volunteer there. That no one can take. Becoming a leader or not a leader is a secondary thing. So I think that was very amazing thing that happened to me. And another thing, when I talk about InfoSec Girls, when I took over InfoSec Girls in around 2016 end, that time it was just that we were meeting. But then I thought, why don't we start chapters? So we started off with chapter in Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, Mumbai. Now we have 25 chapters around India, US. We just recently launched in UK, London. We are in Italy. So there are many places that we have spread our wings. There are a lot of conferences. We provide free trainings. We try and tie up with the conferences so that we can be their community partner. We can get some free passes for students or who can't afford the passes. That's major about OWASP and InfoSec Girls. And about Spotlight series. So that's something which I felt that OWASP has so many amazing projects, but people are not aware about it. I have got benefited out of it. But before that, when I got introduced to OWASP, I knew only testing guide, or I knew only top 10. But then I realized it's not just that. And a lot of people had the same notion. So I started bringing up one chapter each week, try to do that. So there are 13 chapters which are done. 14th chapter is going to come soon. 14th episode of, or 14th project is going to come soon. So here, first I was doing it on my own. And then I thought, why can't we bring leaders who are project leaders, who are investing their time, energy, their personal time. A lot of times I've seen them doing that. So let's bring them and let them talk about what's close to their heart. So that's how I started with this thing. And there's something new that I started. A lot of people were saying that you have all the like you said, you have the leadership qualities, and I'm like, I think I need to explore more about that, whether I have it or not, or where do I stand. So I started this series called a day in the life of an entrepreneur or a CISO. So here I have covered a few episodes till now, so that it's a learning for me that what they do, and as well as I'm sharing it with other people so that they can also learn. So we it's like a win-win situation for us.
Sure. So if I look at the things you do, a major chunk of them is non-paid. All of this work, you are doing it just for the people around you or for the community. So what is driving you to do so?
I think people around me are driving me to do so, because I feel the things that makes me um, curious about learning more. So I'm sure there must be some more people who might be curious about the same things, but they are unable to speak sometimes, or they are not able to connect with people sometimes. Now, there's one quality that I have felt that I have, that I can connect with people really well. Like that happens, like if I connect with someone, I connect with them for a longer period of time, or that might be there for like forever. So
That I
when I
completely
have
agree. When I met you in OWASP meetup, I talked to you exactly for 4 or 5 minutes, not more than that. But when I walked back, I was like, hey, when I saw your name in the OWASP leaders voters list and everything, I was like, hey, I need to vote for this person because I trust this person. So that instant bond, that I completely agree. Yeah.
thank you so much. So that is actually driving me, wherein what I feel that should be there, I try and see if I can do it. If not, if there are other people, I try and support them so that I can learn from them. And if they're doing something good, I'm always of supportive about them, be it any community which is supporting any open source softwares, be it any community or organization which is trying to bring more people into cybersecurity, or they're trying to do something around that. So that motivates me, and I try and spend quite a lot of my free time in that, which makes me happy, which makes me content about what I am doing. I can say that.
Sure. So, as a fellow AppSec enthusiast and a feminist and as an Indian, and I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of NAL or Club Hack or CockCon or any other conferences or other groups in India as well, you make us proud. That that is something you can't deny. So we are very proud of you. You represent a big amount of people. There is a strong backing behind you when you go for OWASP or InfoSec Girls or on any of these activities. So that makes me wonder if it is not InfoSec or IT, if that situation did not happen, I'm sure you will be doing all these similar stuffs wherever you would be stepping on. But where will you be? What is the other things that are making you like, hey, this is something that I should work on, if it is not InfoSec?
So I will be teaching for sure. That's like something which um, I started doing when I was just in 8th standard. Like I was giving tuitions till my 12th grade, or even after that when I was in college, before I moved to Pune. So that's something which is very close to my heart. I think if I learn something, I am, people say that I'm a quick learner, but I feel I'm a very slow learner. And when I learn something, I never forget it. And I try and share it with other people so that I can keep it, I can remember it. So that's one thing which I feel if I share it, I'll remember. And there's another thing associated with it is that there'll be a lot of questions which will come out of it. which will make me more curious about that topic. So I think teaching is something which I would love to do. If not that, I'll be doing cooking.
Yeah, that part I agree. When you teach, you have to prepare for lots of questions that can come from various angles, and you get some aspects of it that you may have never thought of. So I do the same thing, not for everything, but when you actually teach something, when you present something, you learn a lot. So that is one thing I usually do, and I have seen many people doing the same thing when they are planning to learn something. What they will do is that they will set up a presentation that, hey, I will share the same thing with the team, and I'm going to set a date for that. So before that, I need to learn everything, and that's a major booster for them to learn. Thanks for sharing that. So great. So who or what inspires you, like people or things or the outcomes? What is actually inspiring you to do all these things?
So I would say the things, the people, it's all mixed up, because there's no specific thing that motivates me. But and I don't believe in outcomes. What I believe is that if you do the right thing, outcomes will follow across. That's my motto. And if I feel that there's something right, I'm gonna do it, come what may. Like, I will have sleepless nights. There are times when I have a training tomorrow, which is a free training, but still I have sleepless nights. Like, I'm getting goosebumps, and I wake up sharp at 4 o'clock for that training. So those things happen. And what motivates me is there are a lot of people who keep on pushing me, who actually are my true inspirers. Like, they tell me if there is something, even if it's slightly on the not so right side, they call me and tell me, okay, this is good, but this could have done it that way as well. So it's like they're not pointing out, but they're telling me that there are more ways to do it, and then there is something more that you can do. And those are my mentors. They never accept it, and most of them are from India. A lot of them are from different countries as well, like Canada and US as well. So I am thankful of them, I think, for keeping me on toes, keeping me grounded. That's the right word. Yeah,
Sure.
they keep using these words, that be always grounded for whatever you're doing. And if you are getting some recognition, it's because of the work that you've done. So remember, if you are on cloud nine and you think that, oh, this is what you wanted to achieve, and you stay there, that means you'll never be able to do more. So if you're happy, it's okay. Happiness is good, but then calm down and think of what next you can do.
All right, that sounds great. I'll keep that in my mind. So we are moving on to the last question of the day, but before that, thanks a lot for your time today, for joining us and sharing your story. I really appreciate it. So last question, do you have any message for the audience?
Keep learning, share your knowledge. When you share your knowledge, it increases, and learning never stops. If you face any challenge at any given point of time, there is no problem that doesn't have a solution. There's no challenge which cannot be solved. There are puzzles which are out there. You just have to fix the pieces, and anything can be achieved. Literally anything. Wherever I am, it's because of the people around me. It's because of the people who are pushing me. It's the problems that I thought which are big problems, and then I realize if I talk to people and I share, okay, these are the things that I feel that are too big, and then they say, no, it's not. You can just write it down. So I'll tell you something which is very interesting. So I remember speaking with one person at one of the NullCon that I want to speak at a conference. I've never done it. So they told me that you need to write an abstract. I said, I've never written an abstract. So they told me the whole format. And that person still talks to me and keep pushing me very silently that, okay, this is what you can do. These are the things that can be done. A lot of times I go to that person and ask for advice. Okay, these are the things that are running in my mind. So I think there's no problem that cannot be solved. If you talk to people, if you ask for help, I think things become easy. If not solved, but at least it becomes easy for you.